Hi guys, and welcome back to Iclone 3D, where we discuss tips, tricks and tutorials for the latest animation softwares. And first and foremost, I just wanted to say a massive thank you. Honestly, 320 subscribers. You know, I really didn't believe the channel would grow this fast, and you know, it really motivates me to actually want to keep making these tutorials for you guys, because you know, I didn't really think anyone was that interested, if I'm honest. So I just remember when I started out, you know, there was not many tutorials at all, and you know, even when there was, they didn't cover what I needed. So I really had to learn everything by myself by spending hours and hours on the software. So really hope the knowledge I'm sharing with you guys is worth it and beneficial. And thank you so much again for 300 subs, 300 plus subscribers. Really appreciate that. So let's crack on with the tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to use the headshot plugin, and I'm going to show you kind of quite an advanced way of using it. So what you want to do is go up to your headshot plugin here, and I've already got my character loaded here, a wonderful female musician. And what we're going to do is we're going to just I'll just show you what you'll do is you just hit load, and then you'll choose your picture here and just click open, and that will load up your file here, and that will also load up this little section here. Now when that loads up, usually this area won't be grayed out, but for some reason it is. So I'm just going to cancel that. I'm just going to load that picture up again, and hopefully upon doing that I won't have any issues. Perfect. So we've got our picture loaded up, and what you want to do is choose female as the body type, and then your skin, I'd choose clean soft. Now just before we go ahead and generate the character, I'm going to very quickly talk about professional and automatic. So with the auto, it's a 1K texture, so you're not going to get the highest quality in terms of the skin textures, but it does create the 3D hair for you. Now the results vary, it does depend on the picture, etc., the lighting, so you know, they do vary, but it does create the hair for you, and it that's pretty much it. That's the kind of difference. So it's 1K and it creates the hair. With the Pro, it doesn't create any hair for you, but it does create the 4K skin textures, which come out beautiful, and it, you know, really is kind of worth doing it in the 4K version. Now what you can do is you can do the automatic version, and that will generate the hair. You can then save the hair as a prop, and you can then generate the 4K version and put the hair that you generated from the automatic version onto your 4K version. So that's just a little trick that you can do. So let's continue with the tutorial. I'm probably going to have to load up this picture again. So we'll just load that, and then what you want to do is click female, and then you want to use the clean soft version, and if we hit generate, that will then begin to generate our image. Now I'm going to do this in real time just so you guys can see the process in full. It does take a minute, especially when you do the 4K version. It does take you know, a few minutes to generate, but hopefully I can keep you entertained by telling you about, you know, some amazing animation videos that I've got coming up. I'm going to be sharing with you guys soon a music video slash kind of rap freestyle with the wonderful artist in the picture that I'm recreating, that she was you know, very kind to give us some amazing music, and I'm going to show you that on this channel soon, and I might do a tutorial on how I created the set, the lighting and stuff like that. So do stay tuned and do look out for that. That will be coming soon. And as you can see, you know, it's still loading up. We're on 60%, so it does take a minute, but well worth the results. Now I will point out that with your image that you use over here, you got to use quite a good image. As you can see, this image is quite well lit. Still a bit of lighting issues here, as this on the face is quite predominant. You can see it's quite shadowy here, and then on the face there's some quite bright lighting, so that, you know, that can cause some issues where you do need to do some tweaking later. I'll show you how to tweak that in either Photoshop, or how you can tweak that using the skin panel in Character Creator 4 to change the skin and blend in any kind of infrequencies on the skin textures or tones, and you can really kind of blend that with some of the tools in Character Creator. Great tip as well. So sorry guys, still loading up. As I said, I will do this in real time just to show you that full process. And here we have it, it's loaded up, so it will take a few more seconds, but that is done. That should pop on. Brilliant. So now we've got our character created. So as you can see, you know, quite a quick process. You just load up your image, you click on the Pro version, and that will load your image into the screen. And just remember, you can use the auto to create the hair, save the hair, regenerate the Pro image, and then you can put that hair on later. But I'm not going to do that today. So here we've got the image, and you can see, you know, it has come out very well. But if you look on the side of the face here, you can see, you know, some little kind of infrequencies in the skin patches and the color. And, you know, there's this little line coming down here that shouldn't be there. As you can see on this side of the face, it looks pretty amazing. But this side there's a bit of inconsistencies. Also on the front of the face you can see, you know, a bit of overexposure here on the nose and just under the eyes, and on the forehead here a little bit of overexposure here where there's too much light on the actual image. So I'm just going to show you how to fix that very easily, very simply. Now what we can do is we can come over here into the skin material list, and if we just select the digital human head, and then we can go down to our skin color here, and we can turn that on, activate the skin color, and then we just want to, yeah, that's it. So we've activated that, and we just want to activate the color adjustment. Now what you want to do here, you can see that's lightened up the image a little bit. Because we are working with a black model, what we want to do is we want to kind of click on this panel here once we've activated the color adjustment, and we want to turn her skin a little bit darker than it would be, and then we can just go to the illumination section and we can just start to bring that up a little bit, and we can then start to see the kind of overexposures in the skin has gone. And you know, we're getting a bit more consistency around the face. Now you can still see we've got that line here, which is a problem that we're going to have to sort out in Photoshop. A very quick procedure. But here you can see, you know, we are getting a bit more of a kind of natural skin tone using that skin color tool that comes with Character Creator. So if I just take that off and just undo that, and we go back to our original, that's our original. So if I activate that, so we can see the difference that it does make. So I'll just deactivate that. We can see the overexposure around the facial area, and if I activate that, we kind of lose a lot of that overexposure, and we get this kind of really natural look. And now we can come down here and we can tweak, and we can take a bit of the red out of the face, because you can see there was a little bit too much red in. We can even take that right down, and we can mess about with the yellow. You can just really tweak that until you get a look that you really like and you feel suits your character. If we add a little bit more black, that gets rid of those overexposed areas. So you can just see the difference it makes, you know, really kind of bringing the skin tones a little bit more to life. Now that's one way you can mess about with the skin, just to kind of even it out a little bit. The other way is to send the textures into Photoshop, and you can mess about with the textures and the cloning tool to kind of get a much more refined, much more balanced skin texture. So I'll show you how to do that now. You just want to go into your material list and make sure you've got the digital human head highlighted, and you just want to come down to your base color, right click, and you just want to launch the texture. Now this is providing that you use Photoshop, and if you do, great, you'll know it's pretty simple from here on out. But you just want to load that texture into Photoshop, and that will load up this texture map here, and you can see already on the texture map this area here on the left, it's you know, there's no kind of dark shadow opposed to this area on the right, where you can see it gets a little bit kind of off here. The color texture here is a little bit off, grayish, kind of white, pinkish if you like, but it just kind of strays from the color textures here, as you can see. Now what we'll do is, before I do this, I'll just go back here and we'll just turn off we'll just deactivate the skin color. So this is the original, what we've got. So if I've deactivated that now, I'll just resend. Let me just resend that back in just so it's the right texture. Just update that. Okay, that didn't change much. Right, so what we want to do is we want to go over here to the clone stamp tool. And if you just hold Command or Alt down on your keyboard, that will allow you to clone an area of the map. So what we'll do is we'll clone this area because this area doesn't have any issues. We'll clone parts of the skin here, and we'll just start to place them over this line, over this area where the skin is a little bit kind of out of sync with the rest of the textures on the face, which is causing that funny line that we can see when we are in Iclone, when we're in Character Creator. So we'll just fill that out, and you might want to, you know, click in a few different areas just to kind of get different textures. And we'll just get a few more. Maybe take some from here. Just want to make sure they kind of blend and look like they match. So you can see it's starting to blend a little bit more and getting rid of that kind of dark area. So we'll just do a few more. And you just want to kind of blend it in, kind of match it all up, and, you know, really kind of blend it as best as possible. As you can see here, you know, I'm just kind of going over that and, you know, just blending it a little bit more. And this is just going to really help you kind of get the results that you want and just get a really kind of nice smooth texture on that character. Alright, so I know it looks a bit off here, but what we'll do is we'll save that and we'll see how that actually looks on the model. So if you want to just save that quickly, you just go up, hit save. That will then translate straight onto your model in Character Creator. Okay, so we can see the line's gone, but, you know, the texture is not really matching with this side and it looks a bit blotchy. So that's not to stress. We'll just go back into Photoshop and we'll just start to again play around with that. Maybe undo a few of the textures and just try this one. If I hit File, Save, that will just very quickly go straight back on there. So that looks a little bit better. And we'll just try that again, just to blend in this area up here, make it a little bit darker, and that should do the trick. Just File, Save, and then we'll just check that. Okay, so we've definitely got rid of the line that was there earlier, and you know, just a little bit more work and we'll start to get that right. As you can see, getting much closer to the desired look that we want. So it really is just about fiddling around with that, saving that, and just, you know, checking that that's looking right. And then you can just, you know, come back, tweak it a bit more. You know, there really is no kind of quick fix. It really is all just about tweaking until you're happy with the results. So, you know, not perfect, but definitely kind of more accurate. And we've definitely lost that kind of strong line that we had going down the face. So it is a little bit more blended. And that's just another little kind of quick tip or trick that you can use. Again, you can then come down to your skin, activate that, and you know, just play around with that a bit more. You can see again here on the face, the mouth, there's some black mark in here. You can go in here again, and you know, that will just be tweaking that till you get rid of that, and that no longer shows on the model. So just the same as you do, and you could just really start to play around and tweak things. So I'm just going to give it one more go, hopefully get the exact look I want. Starting to look a little better. Right, we'll just save that. Okay, so not perfect, but you know, you can see, you can get the idea of how you can kind of play around with that and, you know, really start to tweak it until you get the look that you want out of your character. Just hit save. So there we go, much better. As you can see, looks like it blends a lot more. And now we kind of, you know, completely got rid of that line. And, you know, you can do that with any part that you're kind of not happy with and you think is a bit dark. As you can see here around the lip, you know, there's a little bit of a dark area there you might want to tweak. And, you know, a bit here that you might want to tweak. And, you know, even you might go as far as to, you know, tweak the eyes here. You can see some dark areas. But that's how you can tweak all of them areas in Photoshop by literally going into your materials list and just right clicking and launching that texture in Photoshop. And then you can begin that tweaking process. So we'll go back over here to headshot now and just have a look back at this section here. Now, once you've got your character on the screen, you can go into the headshot plugin and you can activate the Sculpt Morph. And now this will just allow you to tweak and, you know, really refine the face and just really refine parts of the face just to kind of get it matching that image that we can see on our screen. So, you know, you can see little tweaks happening. Not much is happening actually. And we can activate the Sculpt Morph, and then this allows you to, you know, tweak different parts of the face just to kind of get it matching that image. Now, I'm really happy with how it looks, so I'm not going to mess around with anything there. You can also change the opacity of that face map, just if you want to see less of it to see more of the face. You can take that all the way down and you can see the face a little bit more clear. Down here you can mess around with the kind of eye settings, but you know, it usually kind of gets the texture from the image, so I wouldn't really play around with that too much. Here you can change the skin type and you know, you can just tweak things. Again, down here you can you know, tweak everything again and, you know, change the skin, manipulate the skin. And once you've done that, you just update the skin texture by clicking that button there, and that will then update everything you've done. So that's pretty much how to use the headshot plugin. There's also this tool here, activate image matching tool. That will then bring the image up here on screen, and you can then match that with your avatar, so you can see, gives you a lot more control over that. And you can adjust the opacity down here, and you know, you could just take that right the way down, or you can take it right the way up, and you know, you could just start to see if you've got everything in the appropriate portion. And this looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So that is, in a nutshell, how to use this wonderful tool. And you know, it's a really, really great tool for creating really fast, really believable characters. Now, while we are here, I'll just go on and we'll just kind of we'll just stylize this character a little. And so yeah, that concludes this tutorial, and I really hope that kind of helps put that into perspective, how to use the headshot plugin, and really hope to see you again soon for another tutorial.